Welcome to another video blog. So let's discuss the current situation of the world. I just landed in LA. I'm doing some work and some events with my friend Brian Casella. Shout out to Brian. And when I was at the airport and going through the customs and all that, there's a lot of craziness happening right now, right? And it is easy to get caught up into that. It is very easy to surrender your own vitality, your own energy, your strength, your inner strength. It is easy to surrender your mind into the hysteria, into the fear that is everywhere you look. This is nothing new. We already know about this. We've been talking about this for a long time. And now you may ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening in my time? What did I do that was so wrong that I lost my job, that I feel so alone, that I don't have any answers? I feel kind of lost. This is a recurrent subject that I see with my clients, in coaching sessions, that I see with people just in social media normally, that I see with friends, that sometimes I see even on myself. I catch it on me. I catch that virus because I treat it like a virus. It's something outside of me that gets implanted and then it starts reproducing itself inside of me. The fear, the doubt, the not knowing where to go, what is going to happen. And to this I say, it is not of your own making, or maybe it is, depending on what you answer after this, which is, have you lost touch with spirit? Have you lost touch with nature? Because if you have, you're affecting not only yourself, but you are affecting the collective. When you retrieve yourself from the spiritual knowledge, which is your true self, this is nothing more than a meat suit. This is an avatar, all right? That's why when I talk about image, when I talk about identity awareness, I'm talking about choosing your own character. You can shave your mustache, you can change the color of your hair, you can change your style. But the true self is something that is beyond the body and the mind. It transcends that. And when you leave this suit made out of meat, that energy is not going to go away. It's not going to disappear. So we're living in this time and this transformation, not knowing where to go, because this has never happened. Even though the path, it's similar to something that maybe we have experienced, not ourselves, but maybe our ancestors lived something similar. And I say this because the path is never a straight line. It's always a circle. You can see that pattern everywhere on sacred geometry. Just study sacred geometry. You will find circles. When it's something benevolent, you will always find in nature and in its truest form something that is in circles. So the path of our lives, it's never a straight line, it's a circle. So whatever you learned over here, you go through the cycle and then whoop, you catch it again. But now you're not at the same place because you are moving forward. So it's not just doing this, it's moving forward in circles. So you go back to that same teaching, maybe to that same lesson, but forward. And if you didn't learn the lesson, then it's going to keep repeating itself. So that's why some of the things that are happening, you might hear people saying, this is nothing new, man. The world, there's nothing new under the sun. We've had pandemics, we've had craziness, we've had eras of transformation. But my question is right now, what are you going to do? What seed are you planting right now that you are not going to reap the benefits out of it? You're not going to get to taste the fruit of that seed, of the plant that you're planting in the garden of the world, right? You're not going to be able to taste it right now. So that's why there's a lot of craziness, because it is new for us, and we're fucking up, and it's part of the learning curve. We're fucking up, but there's also an awakening. So my question to you is, if we are laying the foundations for what's to come, for what we could become, for what could be, are you going to keep doing the same things? Are you going to, or are you going to still preventing your truest nature from reconnecting with what you normally would want to be around? You know, everyone can agree that when we are around nature, we feel at ease, we feel good. We feel good when we're at the beach. We feel good when we are in the forest, in a waterfall. There's a reason behind that. So we must go back to that, reconnecting to nature, being one with it, not thinking that nature exists for you, that you as a human being, as a living consciousness, are the better living being, right? That everything exists around you, right? That if there's a plant over there, it's there for me to use it. If there's an animal over there, it's there for me to eat it. If there's a person that I can fuck up so that I can get some benefit out of it, I'm going to do it. Always looking for the next thing, you know, what I want more, and I want more and more and more. And once you get, in quotes, enough, I want more. What's the next thing I could do? That mindset is what led us to live the things that we're living right now. Retrieving ourselves from our natural habitat, connecting with spirit, with nature. So there's a disconnection. We change the frequency, like a radio. You change the frequency, there's a different song. A song that is not benefiting the world, not benefiting the collective, not benefiting society. So we must change that frequency again. And how do we do that, Pablo? Well, there's a number of things that you can do. I don't want to get too deep into that in videos, because I know that you're not going to pay attention. If you're really deep into this, and if you really want to learn, talk to me. I'm more than open to share all this knowledge, to share all the things that I've experienced myself, and the things that I've been taught by native people, by people that have always been connected to nature and to the spirit, the spiritual world. But one of the things that you can do is slowing down a little bit. Stop following the herd and start with the individual. Individually, think, what can you do to evolve individually? Then you'll start to notice different things. You'll start evolving. You'll start catching up different frequencies, and then you'll start teaching it as well. You will begin to spread this knowledge, spread the word, because you realize that you're affecting not only yourself but others. As you are improving yourself, as you are concentrating on evolving as an individual, it's not being selfish. On the contrary, you care so much about the world and its people and its living creatures that's why you want to be okay. That's why you want to work upon yourself. So that's one way that you can start right now. What is one thing that you can do right now, today, that will benefit me on an individual base, but that can also permeate onto those around me? Because if you're just thinking about money, well, I want money. Well, yeah, that's one thing. But why do you want the money? Do you want it because you just want to spend it on yourself, or do you want it because maybe you want to open up a foundation? Maybe why? Start questioning things instead of just following the mainstream, which is telling you consume, consume. Don't ask questions. Don't question where this come from, where this knowledge, teaching came from, where this book came from. Where, just take it in like a good little boy, like literally an immature person that is like a kid. A kid is a wonderful being, but it's still forming itself. So anything that you tell him or her is going to embrace it. Oh yeah, wow, you can fly, and the kid's gonna be like, yeah, I can fly. So what the media or what the figures of authority tell you to follow and to do, the formula of success, the formula of living life at the fullest, blissfully, peacefully, happy, enjoying life. You follow these people that they're just telling you, consume, work, consume, don't add anything. What's your legacy? What the fuck are you going to leave behind? That mentality of just hustling. What can I do to reconnect with the thing that is always there? The thing that is actually controlling all of my movements. It's not your brain. People always talk about the mind, and I'll wrap it up because it's already 11 minutes. Shit. It's not the brain. Even just when you think about the mind, immediately it goes back, it goes way up here. And this is not the mind. The mind is a conjunction of 3 different things inside of your body and sometimes outside. Once you tap into that mind that is outside of you, which is connecting with the mind of the spirit, the higher consciousness, that's when you truly start living and questioning everything. Are you truly okay with the things that are happening? If you're not, good, congratulations. But what are you going to do? What are you doing? That is my question. And when are you going to reconnect with spirit? We need to change your frequency. Remember, if we are experiencing this dissonance, it's because we changed the frequency. We went far away from our natural habitat, creating things that are not normal. And we made it normal. And it's happening again, the new normal. These things, the mask and everything that you see that they're trying to pull on us, that's not a new normal. It shouldn't be new normal. It's not supposed to be there. But if we let it, then it's going to be a part of us. And that's not the world that I want to leave behind. I don't know about you guys. That's not the world that I want to leave behind. And I came on this world, I came on this time, in this era, to create a new world. Not because I think so much about myself, but because I know that I can add, from my trench hole, I can add a grain of sand that it will add up. If we all do it, it will change, it will transform, it will shift. So please reconnect with spirit. Start thinking about that and with nature. Because when you realize that you are a part of nature, then maybe you can start coexisting in a better, harmonious way with everything in it. All right? That's the message for today. Thank you for listening. Be the best version of yourself. Ometeotl.